Alright, I guess we're right into the game. Hey guys, it's Cozy here, and I'm playing one of the most important games of my life. Uh, it's called What Remains of Edith Finch, and first time I heard about this game was when I was watching Jacksepticeye's Let's Play of it, I think a couple years back. And it was just immediately, I fell in love with the game, even though I hadn't played it, and I haven't played it until now. And it might have been because of Jack's commentary, but it also was because the game had an amazing story and amazing art style. Ooh, guess we're starting. Edith Finch journal. But yeah, I just wanted to play it for myself, and well, I'll talk more about it as we go along.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Yeah. There's something about this game, It's it's affected me in ways that I don't know how to describe, and that's only from just watching someone else play it. I need to find out. I need to play this game for myself.
I
And
lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
and I wanted to, like, not only is this a journey for myself, but it's also I wanted to document this because I'm sure that this is going to have an impact on me like now that I'm playing it actually, even more so.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
But yeah, there's the house you could see in the distance, and here's a scale model replica of the house. It's really cute. I like the architecture. Reminds me of a lot of Hayao Miyazaki films like Spirited Away,
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
because it's got that whimsical and like sort of physically like defying physics kind of architecture, that style, and it's just amazing, and I love it. That's why I also like this game a lot, because one of the biggest locations, the only location really, is the house. But yeah, this I don't know how to describe the kind of effect this game had on
My
me.
mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. Yeah, it's made me cry. It made me laugh, and it made me like really feel confused about what I was supposed to feel. Which, I mean, sort of is the story. Like, is this a tragic story, or is this is like a like is it a tragic story? Is it like a happy story? And like, it's not happy in like your normal typical sense. It's happy in like other ways,
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
which I'll like be talking about more. Um, yeah, I haven't really played like this story intensive a game on the channel yet, and I wanted this to be the first one because of how it made me feel when I was first watching it. Oh, it's the stag. Forgot about you. Hey, buddy, you here? So as you can tell, like a little bit about the story so far, our character is Edith Finch, and she's pregnant. As you see, she has a baby bump, and she's coming back to
The
her.
truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Here's the thing: a lot of my commentary is going to be like stop mid sentence because I don't want to ruin the dialogue. What was I going to say? Yeah, she's coming back to her house to after 6 years, just to unravel the mysteries, and it's a really
But now I had
really sad
questions
story.
about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
It's very confusing. You're gonna probably see me more random than normal because I'm gonna be like jumping from happiness to sadness to melancholy to like all sorts of different emotions. Just like seeing the house in front of me, it's it makes me feel like I'm Edith right now, and there's a lot of like bittersweet emotions that are coming.
The
coming
house
to
was
me.
exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
I'm probably gonna cry right now. I'm starting to tear up a little bit, but you know, that's part of it. That's part of the experience.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
I just love this right here. Look. This would be an amazing place to grow up, I think. I mean, forget about like the haphazard building of the house. That's definitely not up to code, and the heights. But other than that, like it's beautiful in this sort of valley of hidden in this forest of trees.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were.
That's right.
I was afraid of the house.
I forgot that she was 17. She's pregnant at 17, and she's going through the history of her family, of her ancestors, her predecessors. And it's really surprising considering that she's only 17, but the way she deals with a lot of things is with a lot of maturity and grace, and you forget the fact that she's 2 years younger than I am when I'm playing this game. And I'm young, so that means, she's going through a lot.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
I'm gonna gush about this game for so many things. It's probably gonna be for the story, for the dialogue, for set design, for lighting, for everything you could think of. I'm gonna be like gushing about the story for. There we go. What was I stuck on? Careful with your baby.
Prowling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
With immersive story-driven games like this, I really like to get into the headspace of the characters and try to experience it through their eyes. And I mean, I'm not gonna go like full method, but it does feel like as if the house has been waiting for me, as if it's an old friend that I haven't seen in a really long time.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
It has not changed one bit in the past 6 years, Everything has been untouched by anyone.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Edith, Edie, Dawn, and Lewis. So Lewis is her older brother, Dawn is her mother, and Edie is her great-grandmother. Loving memory, Edith Finch, 1988 to 2010. He was 21 years old. That's only 2 years older than I am.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Molly. That's a nice name for a cat.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot.
Heck yeah, man. Chinese food is good. 2 ways to go. I'm gonna go through this way.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
It's a very artistic way of putting it. The dialogue in this game is amazing, spectacular. Reminds me of J.R.R. Tolkien. The way he writes is definitely not normal, but everything has emotion and meaning behind it. And this is just one of those games that has that same passion for language, and it tells a story in the words itself.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Just look at this clutter. I love this. It's people were doing this and more nowadays, but it's still amazing to see how fleshed out they made everything, and everything has its own place. You see, like right here, broken chopsticks, broken because someone didn't know how to use them, or maybe someone got a little bit angry. Here's a fork because someone probably they probably nope, I'm not gonna do chopsticks, I'm just gonna use a fork. It just tells so much of their backstory through the set design. Man, look at this.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
No one speaks like that, right? but it's, you know exactly what she means when she says like a smile with too many teeth. Use of similes, metaphors, and other figurative language.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house after it sank.
Ooh, nice. I like that. The words are going up through the chimney. What is it called? Yeah, every single thing in this, every single object, every single piece of furniture has its own story in this house, and you can look at a lot of it, and a lot of things that they don't have like the little white dot for you to look at, but you could still look at it and tell what the story about the house. Someone was in the military, I think. That's what this represents.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
No, Barbara. That's I remember her story actually. It was pretty interesting.
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
I just want to listen to the music for a little bit. I own the soundtrack too, and I've been listening to it. I got the game a couple weeks ago, but I've been holding off playing it so that way I can record it. And I've been listening to the soundtrack though. It's amazing. And obviously listening to the soundtrack, and now looking at the set design at the game. It all flows together. It's cohesive. I like that.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Like, you mean your whole house? Because pretty much everything's been left behind.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Like, physically, buried in the library? Or you mean, they, have their books and their memories in the library? Because one of them is creepy, the other one is artistic.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Yeah. So, Edith Jr., she had a younger brother, or at least a brother closer to her age, named Milton, but we don't know what happened to him. He went missing. And I don't remember, because I remember I watched...
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
I don't remember what happened to all the stories. I don't remember all the stories, because I watched Jack's playthrough when it came out, and I think I rewatched it a couple times, but it's in the past, so I don't completely remember everything. So which means that my experience is going to be very similar to yours, which is really good.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
My friend Bigfoot, starring Barbara Finch. Babs.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. Edie's father Odin built the original house.
He looks like an Odin. The All-Father. Thought I heard something. The old house is just creaking.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
It's a little bit of insult to injury to have her room be dedicated to Hollywood, who threw her, who forgot about her 2 years after. 1944 to 1960. She's 16 years old, or she was 16 years old when she passed away. That's very young. Ew. Edie, 1917 to 2010. She was almost 100 years old. Right? 90... I don't know. Math. 3 years equals 1920. 80 years plus 90 years plus minus 3? What? What am I talking about? I don't know. She was 90-something years old. How about that? Sven Hofstad Finch, 1915 to 1964. He was approximately 50 years old when he passed. Oh, look at these. I like this. Spirit Among Us, the Norse myths. I mean, look at it. Just look at it. They care so much about their family. They love their family. In that case, like in that sense, they're pretty much the same as us, but they've lost so many people. I don't know how this family like did it with all that loss, dealing with people dying pretty much every year or something like that. Um, I've lost a couple of family members and it's affected me a lot, but I can't imagine what they went through. Or at some point, do you just become numb to it because it's sort of expected? You start thinking, oh, it's a curse. We're gonna lose everybody. And Edie, she's been around since the very beginning. Since Odin, she lost all of it. She lost her father. She lost her sons, her husband, her daughters. She's been through every generation, watching them all like die down one by one by one. Must have been so difficult on her. Calvin and Sam. Calvin, 1950 to 1961. He was only 11 years old.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
I don't like the way you said that. It makes it seem as if like Sam was sleeping like in this bed and Calvin, his dead body, was sleeping in this bed. I know that's not what you mean. You mean like he spent 7 years sleeping in the same room as his brother, but then his brother died. At least, I think that's what you mean. Or did you mean that after Calvin died, Sam still spent 7 years in that same room? That must have been horrible. I don't know why you wouldn't just move him to a different room. Especially, like, look at this one more time. I'm gonna go in. This side of the room is still intact, while this side of the room is also still intact. Like, every single thing right here is a memory of your brother, who you lost. And I'm assuming they were twins, right? So, at least that's what I think. But either way, they're still brothers. Sleeping in the same room as your brother is, as your dead brother is terrible enough, but then to have the other half of the room be exactly the way he liked it, the way he left it, it must have been so much mental anguish. Gregory, 1976 and 1977. Damn. He was only 1 year old.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Mount Rainier National Park. That's cool. I mean, I had those same things. My parents are Bengali, and so the way that I was raised is very different from American culture. So it's how do I say it? Like, there's a lot of things that we do that aren't typical of American people, and so sometimes I have to relearn stuff because that's not the way I was raised. By the way, did I check this out already? I don't remember.
The last time I was
I
in
didn't.
Edith Senior's room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Okay. I did not actually check that. I just checked the dates. Alrighty. So let's keep on going. Keep on trucking. I would have given anything to grow up in a house like this. I mean, I know the curse and everything, but it's just beautiful. Firstly, just look at the... Oh, there's a story right here. I'm not going to say it, though. Just the way that they decorated it, it has so many memories of family. And, like I was saying before, they loved each other like any family would. And that's what makes them so relatable. And on top of that, like, the way, the natural beauty and the stairs, just running around through these halls would have been amazing for children to grow up in. Of course, I'm sure that it was overshadowed by the curse of their family, Molly, 1937 to 1947, 10 years old.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
How old are you again, Edith? You were born in 1999, so you were born 2 years before me. Let's see, what else? It's born in 1999. Molly was born. Okay, so Molly was like 50 years before you, I think. She's your great aunt, actually. Now I think about it. Yeah.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Molly and Walter, I gotta check. Sam, Calvin, Barbara, Molly. Okay, yeah. So they're all your great aunts and uncles. So here's the thing: in Bengali culture, anyone who is like your parents' brothers and sisters, obviously those are uncles. But anyone who is your grandparents' brothers and sisters, we call them grandparents, like grandma and grandpa, not like great uncle, great aunt. Yeah, that's just one of the things that I had to relearn. And it gave me so much trouble. I only learned about it recently, too.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Never believed him. Until now.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Dun dun dun. The story of
Now
the
it was time
of the
to find
summer.
out what my mom had been afraid of.
Secret passages in the house.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Oh, Milton. He explored these.
Reading this, maybe
crawl
it
spaces.
sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Dang. Molly's room.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Damn. I mean, when you look at these things, you know, it looks like...
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
I was gonna say something similar. Like, just look at this. It looks like a completely new, or not new, completely normal bedroom for like a 10-year-old girl. But if you think about it, Molly died, and this room has been empty for she was died in 47, right? So it's been empty for like 50, 60 years. When you think about that, like, each room is sort of lonely, like, not in like the feeling in the room is lonely. I mean like, if you think about it, the room itself is lonely because the person who was living here, the person who like gave this room spirit, some life, is no longer here. And when you think about it that way, like, you look at old things, and I think about this sometimes. You look at old things that people have thrown away, or like people have forgotten, and the spirit that once gave that object purpose is no longer there. It's like Toy Story. Exactly like Toy Story, actually, now I think about it.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
It's cute. Dang, Molly. You guys are loaded. What am I looking at? Oh, why'd you do that to the starfish, man? Molly, come on, that's not nice. Oops, sorry. Accidentally flicked my my joysticks. Ooh, is this something? No, that's where I came out of. Never mind. She had an ant farm. That's cool. Very cool.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
Molly
Before my
was
mom
her.
sealed the doors.
Molly was her youngest daughter, so Molly had a castle where she had a giant monster on a leash to attack her dad. The dragon. Oh, sorry, you guys don't know about that yet. Never mind. Just wait.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner.
Why'd you do that,
I woke
Mom?
up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Damn it, Mother. You know, should have given me food.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh, candy. Talk to your mother.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Damn it, Mom. Also, why do you lock the door from the outside? Like, when you're inside your house, the only locks that should be on doors should be from the inside of the room, not from the outside. Because what if you accidentally trap someone inside and, like, you don't know? They don't know they're trapped there.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
You're a growing girl, Molly. Growing girl. Oh, so short. Look at how short. Nope.
I kept eating and eating.
Yeah. Sorry.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Pretty sure those are plastic. You shouldn't be eating those. Not good for you. But toothpaste, it's such a strong taste. You cannot imagine.
Then I heard
eating that.
chirping outside my window.
Ooh. Wait, give me a second though. I gotta see this.
about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Yeah, don't eat Christopher, man. Christopher doesn't do anything to deserve that. Wait, come on, get down. Yeah, it's a little bit wonky, the controls. Because there's like, you gotta hold it for a certain amount of time. But if you let go of it too quickly, it goes back to the first position.
It was a
but it's
barn
okay.
swallow going back to her nest.
Barely a sacrifice compared to the story that you're getting, the experience
I
that you're
reached
getting.
out for her.
Come on.
And suddenly,
That was a cat.
I was a cat.
Jump. Come on, Solo.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Parkour, parkour. Boom. Wait, is there anything in here? That's the den, I guess? I was there. There we go. There you are, birdie.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Yeah, well, they're frozen in place for some reason. Your dad's just standing there and your mom is just like, yep, just laying there. Can I jump on? Ooh, whoa. That was a really...
The babies were all gone.
That was a really high jump. Is there any more story to be had around here? No? Okay. How do I... There we go. Ooh. Clamber across this. You can't... Oh man, you're just gonna jump? Fine. I want to see you run across the Christmas lights. Where'd the thing go? Where'd the bird go? Birdie. Birdie, birdie. Which way do I go now? Excuse me? Which way do I go now? Nope, no jumping that way. Where's the mama bird? Wait, I found you. I got you. Did I break the game? Oh no, I think I broke the game. Oh, okay, there we go. Dang it, mama bird. I almost
I
got you.
almost got her.
Yeah, well, you know, Molly, I was sitting right there next to her, but you didn't do anything, so that's kind of on you.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Man, let's go. Come on.
I gobbled her up,
Eh.
and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind.
Wow.
Then
Apex
I heard
predator.
little teeth nibbling in the grass.
We're gonna go after some pitiful, cute little creature. Where are you, cute creature? Oh, you're this way. I think I heard you. This way.
Rabbits.
Rabbits. Shh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. And I missed. Darn it, rabbits. Wah. There we go.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
That's
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
that's not
Then I flew
Yeah.
off to find something bigger.
I mean, you know, Molly, you seemed very, like, sweet at the beginning, but now you're starting to be a little bit more ruthless.
A mama rabbit.
Man, what's with you and, like, eating these mothers? Mama bird, mama rabbit. Is it because your mom didn't give you food? Because she sent you home with, or sent you to bed without dinner? That's probably it. I'm probably reading too much into things.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Gosh.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
Yeah, excuse me? Sorry, here a what? Land shark. I has arisen. Sorry, that was very loud. I has arisen. I am here, apex predator, both land and sea. And now, as I
I
climb,
rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
I heard that.
Now, I was hungrier than ever.
I heard the guy from the car, like, going like, what? I imagine like I probably ruined his night or something. Yeah, he probably didn't expect to see a shark like me in the middle of the highway at night.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Wait a minute, wasn't that the same car that I saw in the garage at the very beginning? Was
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
I think it was. I think that's the same one that I saw at the garage at the house. I think it might be what's his name? Sven, the father, Molly's father, Edie's husband. Dun 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 dun.
Grabbed on tight.
Bite.
But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Ew. Gross. You see, kids, this is why you don't eat sushi and octopi. Because
Now
they're
I
gonna
was a
come back and
monster,
eat
I
you.
smelled people everywhere.
Yep. In Russia, you don't eat sushi. Sushi eat you. Damn, this song is very creepy. Like, I'm sure it's a beautiful song, but like the way that they're showing it, you know, it's haunting, eerie. There's a man.
I was
no.
big, but I moved real quiet.
Delicious.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
I wanted to stop killing all these humans, but no. Then again, I thought, why not? I'm already here. Might as well just finish it, right? What are you saying? Oh man, you're singing one of my favorite songs. Rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, or lie in the marn. Drunken sailor, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? We'll eat him, so early in the morning. Why is there only like 3 people on this boat? Hello, my good sir.
After
Captain!
I was passenger, I was still hungry.
Captain, my captain.
Across the water, I smelled something new.
Call me
Something
Ishmael.
I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Ooh,
I slithered onto the sand.
going
and the
into
good
the
smell went into an old
sewers.
pipe.
Sewers. Sewers. Shh. Don't wake up. I'm gonna eat you. Why are we whispering? I don't know. But just keep it going.
I got closer and closer.
It's Molly's room. Yeah, look at that. It's Molly's room.
All of my stomach started growling.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at how, like, how much detail there is
And
on that
suddenly,
tentacle.
I was me again.
And scaly.
I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I
Molly.
think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
That's definitely creepy. Dang, I'm so glad to be back in Edith's body. Molly, she's nice and cute and sweet and all, but then she gets creepy, very
I'm
creepy.
not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Dang. I mean, you know, I don't know. Belief is a construct. I don't know what I'm saying, man. Like, pfft. I'm just like in awe at what just happened and the experience that I'm having right now. Okay. Oh, that kitty. Wait, where'd that cat go? Molly, is that you? Molly? Cat's gone.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Well, what is this place?
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
This is Edie's room. Edith Senior's room. Lurpy. Okay. Lurpy, Rob, Purpley. What are you? Furpy? Is that Furpy? Is that what it says? Oops, wrong button. How do I... There we go. It is... Oh, it's Furpy, yeah. Zerpy. Derpy Jr. So where's Derpy Sr.? Derpy, there you go. What are you? You don't have a name tag. Oh. Bob and Burpee. Developers, I don't know if you guys are just messing with us, but are those really the best names you could come up with? Oh man.
Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Dang. I mean, you know, it sort of shows how Edie, like, knows it's inevitable. So for her, it's just like another thing that she does, like a natural occurrence. Someone dies, I make something to remember them by.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
You know, this is exactly what I was talking about when I was looking at the drawings made by Molly on the chalkboard. The dragon, this is what I meant. Because in that drawing, it seemed as like the dragon was attacking Sven. Actually, did Sven die before? Oh, we don't know when Sven died. Do we? Oh no, it's very, very blurry. I don't know. Built in 1937 by Sven Finch.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
72-year-old woman refuses to evacuate because of a little forest fire.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Dang. I wonder what happened to Edith Jr., the one that we were playing as, after she left the house. I'd be very interested to know what happened. How did her life change because of the upbringing and because of the curse?
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
I love this right here. Look at this. You could see the sun rays. It's not ray tracing, I don't think. I don't really know like the technical terms for video games, but it's just beautiful. Like, look at the sun just shining in. In terms of cinematography, this house has it all. It's so beautifully done. And let's take a look at this. Barbara, 1949. Molly, 1943. Calvin, Sam, 1952. That's when they were born, I see. Walter, 1955. Gus. Who's Gus? Do we know who Gus is? Gus. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. Dawn, 1970. Gus, 1971. Gregory, 1977. Lewis, 1993. Milton, 1995. Edith, 2004. Why 2004? Yeah, that is weird. Why 2004? She was born in 1999. Wow. I mean, all things considered, though. Look at that. Edith Sr. really did love her family, though. All things, like, even though everything went wrong, she still, like, didn't give up hope that her family would,
Her room was like a museum.
Whoa, if I stay in a room long enough, I get to hear commentary? That's so cool. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I'm not going to do that because it's going to make the story, like, move a lot slower than you guys probably wanted to. But I'll do that on my own time.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune.
Real news
Odin
for
Finch buries
for
the
real
latest
people.
victims of the family curse. His wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
I'm sorry, I was trying to make a joke, but then I realized that it didn't make sense. Um, I shed a little bit of a tear right now. I don't know what it was. I was just thinking about it, you know, this whole family and how their story like takes them through all these tragedies.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but they built the cemetery before they even finished building the house. So talk about that for, yeah.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Odin Finch buries his victim, son Johan. I think Johan is the name of the head developer. So that's nice
Whatever's
nod to
wrong
him.
with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Yeah, I was just looking at this and, you know, just thinking. I know the ending of the story, so that's probably also why I'm tearing up a little bit more. Because I know what happens. But, all this loss, all these stories that didn't get a chance to be fully told. Like, if you think about it, all the family members that died, they, their story is being memorialized by Edith. But, you know, it's not like that's their final... Their story could have lasted for so much longer. When you look at this, like Gregory, man, he died at 1 year old. He didn't even get to start his story. Then we had Barbara, who died at 16. We have Calvin, who died at 10, I think, or Molly, who died at 10. Calvin, I think, somewhere along the lines. All these stories that didn't get a chance to be told to the fullest extent. Can we open this? Wait, Edith, if you... Where did you live if you sealed off if your daughter sealed off this door? Not daughter. Dawn is her granddaughter. Yeah, if she sealed off the door, where did you even, like, stay at? Did you come in through the secret
Even
passages?
in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh, gosh.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Eesh. Very
It
disgusting.
was a pretty big trace.
Yeah. Man, I relate to Edie so much. Like, Edith. I keep on having to clarify because they're both named Edie. Edith Sr. No, Edith Jr., sorry. I relate to her so much. There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh, wait, that's Calvin and Sam, I think. Calvin is the one who was into space. His side of the bedroom was roped off. And Sam is the one who was into, like, war and cowboys and stuff. Whoa.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Look at all those photos. Nice. Taking a selfie. Calvin Finch, of course, yeah. It was his twin brother, best friend. Doe. Oh man, this is gonna be tough for you. Milton. He was here. Yeah, it's probably tough for Edith to be walking around like this, crouching, climbing stuff, as a pregnant mother. Captured. Fort Sam. Command Center. Doesn't say... Oh, there it is, Fort Calvin. I was looking for that. He joined the military. Sam did. Oh.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother
How?
by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My
Oh, he's
brother
got a
said he'd
cast
die
on.
before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
What was that?
Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
That's beautiful.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Dang. This is yeah, that story hit me hard. I don't know why it got me more than some of the other ones, but it did. Man, this game. It's amazing.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Yeah. This is what is it now? So we went
Mom said
through-
Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
That makes sense. Like I was saying, it would probably be horrifying if you had to live in the directly opposite of a brother, your twin who died. What is... Oh, the stupid chair. Let's see. So far, we learned that Molly and Calvin, they died young. Edie, those are both of her children. And there's gonna be more, of course. Oops, wrong button. Oh, the hungry caterpillar. There's so many secrets in this house. I freaking love it. Sorry, someone second.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
That's good. Oh, good. We can just come out through this way. Barbara's room. That's the next place to go. You guys had a lot of alcohol, I'm noticing. Was it to deal with, Milton? He was also here. Was it to deal with, all the stuff
Growing
that
up,
happened in the family?
I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
And what I think I'm going to leave this episode here for now. We're just at a new chapter in the book. We are going to look at Barbara next, but I just wanted to take these last couple minutes of the video just to talk a little bit about why this game means so much to me. It's true that I first watched the video when Jack was playing it, and the reason why I wanted to make a video on the What Remains of Edith Finch is because it was just an amazing game when I first saw it, and it resonated with me on like a different level. There was really no way for me to. There still is. There's no way for me to put into words about what is making me feel so strongly about this game. But playing it for the first time and sort of seeing things through Edith's eyes, as opposed to watching Jack play the game, which by no means is something bad. Like, I recommend you guys go check him out. It's you guys know who he is, Jacksepticeye. His commentary really did add a different sort of feeling to the game. But I'd also recommend like playing this yourself. If you guys own the game and you've already played it, play it again. If you guys don't have the game, I know, like, you know, it's money's tough for different people, and I couldn't buy video games until I was like last year. So, you know, I'm not gonna say go buy the game if you can't afford it, but if you can, I recommend you know, playing it, because it's an amazing, bittersweet story. It's got an amazing plot, and it talks about so many things that we as humans, or at least in like Western society, I feel like we don't really talk about. For us, it's sort of taboo to talk about death, talk about loss. It's as if we try to deny it, and hopefully like it won't never happen to us, but it's inevitable. Death is inevitable, and you know, I feel like it's a lot easier to deal with it if you've had a chance to talk about it. And I know that when I lost my grandmother and other family members, it was tough on me, but in our culture we do talk about death a lot, and because of that I realized that it helped me deal with her passing a lot more. I've never experienced loss to this level, and Edith, she's only 17, but I remember what I was doing in 17. I was just messing around, hanging out with friends after school. I wasn't really like dealing with the challenges that she had to deal with. I mean, by this point, she lost her mother, she lost her brothers, her uncles, or her great-grandmother. For her, life has not been easy. It's been tough. It's been way tougher than anything that I had to face. And seeing it through her eyes makes me appreciate that more. No one should have to go through this, but for some, this is how life is. For some, there's a lot of bad turns and a lot of loss that one has to face before they're able to achieve happiness. And by the end of the story, I hope she does, even though it's up in the air. It's up to interpretation. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys liked the video, go ahead, give it a like. If you guys want to show even more support, go ahead, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. If you guys have any comments, questions, critique, anything at all, put it in the comment section. I'll try to get to as many of you guys as possible. Tell me whose story resonated with you the most today. Was it Molly's? Was it Calvin's? Was it Odin's? For me, I'd say it was definitely Calvin's, who I relate to a lot, because when I was younger, and even sometimes today, I have this feeling of freedom, of wanting to fly, of you know, reaching for the stars. I try to do that every single day. I try to put in that much effort into everything I do, from film to YouTube to anything at all. And so to see that him with his big aspirations of, you know, going to space, of flying, but to have it ripped away from him at age 11, it's very harrowing. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time with more of the Finches. Cozy out.